What's for dessert today?
Catherine Hall.
And Jeff Masters, piece of cake.
Apparently that. Macaroons and waffles! Light and fluffy chiffon cake. Chiffon, I don't know, I've never heard that word before. Happiness for one and all. The sweetest temptations. There? Where? Over there. Take a peek inside the oven. Ding. Look, it's freshly baked desserts. What am I looking at right now? Let's cook again today. Well, that was a wee bit silly. This program sure brings back memories. Gregory. Tomorrow I'm heading towards that fateful place with your son. To find out the truth of 18 years ago. What are you doing this time, game? I'm a little bit cautious. I'm on guard here. That was a little bit of an intense tonal whiplash. Here's a wacky food show. Now we're gonna get serious about mysteries from 18 years ago and the truth behind them. Like, damn, game, okay. Mr. Shields, isn't it about time you told me what this is all about? Why did you bring me to this museum with you? You're not busy now, are you, Miles? I thought it would be nice if we could share the romance of the constellations together. I beg your pardon, but I would like to leave. Sorry, it was just a joke. Do you know about the final case your father worked on? The IS-7 incident? Yes. Manfred von Karma showed it to me immediately after I became a prosecutor. I reviewed the case file again last night after you invited me here. I admit to being more than slightly curious, and while I don't remember it very well, I had also been in attendance at the trial back then. When I was young, I loved watching my father do battle in the courtroom. During that trial, it was my father, the defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth, against the king asshole himself, my former mentor, prosecutor Manfred von Karma. And while the trial ended with the defendant being declared guilty. I see. So you were there too, at Gregory's final trial. In that case, I'll cut to the chase and tell you what you want to know. The truth about the IS-7 incident. It happened 18 years ago, during the winter. All the buildings were covered in snow, coating the entire town like a layer of frosting. I guess we're going from chess metaphors to cake stuff? Alright. And it was in this very place that the incident occurred. This was all before Uncle Ray became a defense attorney, and was apparently 12. Wow, I was right. 18 years ago. How extensive of a flashback is this? Oh, this seems rather extensive. Hello. Mr. Edgeworth, this request sure was sudden, don't you think? Oh man, what the hell kind of voice do I give Gregor? It's gonna develop over time. Indeed. You were contacted immediately after the client was arrested. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I brought my assistant Raymond with me to meet our client, but... A murder on Christmas Eve? This is just too much. Ah! In the darkness! A miraculous meeting! Welcome, one and all, to the visitor's room! This is gonna be one of those cases. Amazing! So this is what meeting a client is like. Is the guard giving jazz hands? It all happened so suddenly, I was completely surprised. I'm also surprised. What the hell was that about? 1,000 pardons for startling you. I'm merely expressing my happiness through song. Welcome, one and all. I greatly appreciate you coming. So, you're the client for this case? Indeed. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, so polite. I'll be representing you in court. This is my assistant, Raymond Shields. Nice to meet you. Wow! He is not very good at this. I'll do my best to help you. Relax, Raymond. Please excuse his jitters. He's a bit of a nerd. He's working part-time in my office as an apprentice. I thought I'd let him assist me in this investigation. So, Mr. Gregory and Raymond, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. My job involves saving my clients from crimes in which they were falsely accused. First, I should determine if he is truly innocent. That's gonna be probably the most important question of all. First, I'd like to know more about you. Ah, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jeffrey Master. What? You mean you're Master Jeff? The world's greatest pastry chef, Jeff Master, the Master Chef? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm honored that you have heard of me. All my fans call me Master Jeff. Wowzers, I'm totally starstruck. I can't believe I get to meet Master Jeff. Raymond seems to know quite a bit about Mr. Master. Master Jeff makes fantastic desserts while putting on a song and dance show. Do you have any idea how hard it is to do even one of those things? God damn. Simultaneously? Forget about it. The Ace Attorney franchise is a very serious series about courtroom drama and murder. And then sometimes it does stuff like that. Okay! I got caught up in their song myself. Okay then. That was a thing and a half. I'm so happy that I got to sing with Master Jeff. It's my dream come true. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that as well. Mr. Master, Raymond, shall we return to the matter at hand? Because, you know, I'm guessing a murder was involved somewhere along the lines? Yes, of course. My sincerest apologies for making you wait. Now, where should we start? Very briefly, very quickly, I just want to make absolutely certain of something. Raymond is currently... He was basically the Maya of the situation. Or the K, or the Emma, or the whatever you want. Insert whichever intrepid and energetic teenage girl of the era that you wish to include. Alright, tell me about your face. You're the world's greatest pastry chef, but you're also skilled in song and dance. Look at my eloquent hand waggle. Yes, when I'm having a good time, my body just moves to the rhythm by itself. The rhythm of the motion of the ocean, yo. You seem to enjoy making desserts from the bottom of your heart. Ho-ho! If you don't have a good time making desserts, you won't make anything good. Creating desserts that brings happiness to one and all is my purpose in life. Master Jeff's desserts are practically works of art. They sparkle and look so delicious. He's famous for his dreamlike desserts. Bringing happiness to all with his dreamlike desserts, huh? Alright, well that don't sound like a murder man, but I've met a fair few people that I didn't think would be murder men or murder women, and they ended up being those things, so we gotta kinda stay on the back foot. The incident occurred in your estate, is that correct? Yes. That's where the great dessert contest was being held. It seems that the body was discovered in one of my creations. Ew! They found it in one of your desserts? That's... Okay, that looked like a boat, sort of. Did you make a chocolate boat? Either way, that was significantly less horrifying than the implications of that sentence. Oh. I'm sorry, but after the little show tune, I was not expecting potential cannibalism. Glad that didn't happen. For that reason, I was arrested by the detective in charge of the initial investigation. I would never do something as vile as robbing someone of their life. I am certain that the police will also realize that they have made a mistake. Really? Do you know anything about the victim? He was a man named Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover. I think I get it. He was one of the competitors in the contest. He was a wonderful man who made desserts of the highest beauty. Why did he have to die? Let's see. He truly seems to be grieving over the victim's death. That's a good sign. You seem on the level. I believe I have sufficient understanding of Mr. Master's personality. Mr. Master, before I accept your request, there is one final matter I must confirm. You did not kill Mr. Dover. Can I take your word for it? Yes, that is correct. I did not kill him. No matter what happens, I would never take another person's life. Those aren't the eyes of a liar. I understand. I believe you. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us. The pleasure is all mine. I'm grateful to speak with someone other than a detective. Next, we shall begin our investigation of the crime scene. We'll report back with our findings once we've finished. I appreciate just how, like, I know he's a defense attorney, but obviously because this is an investigations game, we're basically acting as a detective. He looks like the most detective-ass detective that ever done detective-dived, and that's just pretty great. Mr. Gregory, Raymond, I wish you good luck. If case 2 is any indication, and things are only gonna ramp up over time, ooh, I'm gonna need that luck. Ooh, sure is cold outside. Didn't expect it to be snowing this hard. Raymond, it's December 24th. Unless you live in an area that just doesn't have snow, you should probably assume there's gonna be snow. Indeed, a blizzard like this will probably not clear up for a while. But even so, this mansion is ginormous. So this is what Master Jeff's place is like, huh? If you're going to hold a contest in your own home, you'd need this much space after all. So wait, this place was his home, and in the present, it's a museum? La la la, welcome! Thank you for coming! It's the lady from the intro. I hope she's not the killer, cause she pretty. Yeah. Oh my, are you okay? I'm so very sorry. Would you happen to be Monsieur Edgeworth? Yes, I am Gregory Edgeworth. I bow to you. And I'm his assistant, Raymond Shields. Greetings and welcome, Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields. Aren't you just a fancy lass? Oh, your hair looks so cool. Look at that thing. Oh, that's awesome. I like it. Please call me Catherine Hall. I'm in charge of the household affairs at this estate, and I'm also Monsieur Master's assistant. Ha! No way, you're the famous Kate, aren't you? Girl named Kate with cool hair, huh? Oh man, please be a good guy by the end of all this. I'm gonna be very, very sad if you're not. You know of me? Of course I do, I see you on TV all the time. I'm a big fan of Piece of Cake. Oh goodness, I'm glad to hear that you're a fan. Tell me, what is this piece of cake? Well, it's a food. But no, it's a TV show, I'm imagining. It's a TV show that's hugely popular with the kids. Master Jeff and Kate sing and dance while they make delicious treats. Just like this. Oh dear God, we're doing it again. I say nothing out of respect and in the fact that I am in awe of what is being presented to me. God, I love this franchise so much. Oh, Monsieur Shields, that was incredible. Always practice along with the show. Maybe I should tell my son about this show. But man, oh man, now. Oh man, if Edgeworth's life was less tragic, do you think he would live a life where he might potentially be a song and dance man? I'm just saying, I'm thinking about it now, and it paints an interesting picture. But man, doing this dance repeatedly sure works up your appetite. Ah, pardon my inconsideration. I've forgotten to take care of our guests. Please, relax and have some tea. I don't know if I've ever had tea. I don't think I ever have. I really should experiment with it, just to see if I like it or not. I'm basically just a water drinking guy. I used to have an addiction to soda. Lemon lime soda, specifically. But I kind of cut it out once it started becoming a huge problem. Oh, this is some fine, Ceylon tea? I can't tell if it's Ceylon or Keylon. I'm gonna go with Ceylon. I'm sure it's wrong and I apologize to any tea enthusiasts out there. Or people who are just fans of proper enunciation. There's a lot of you out there. Here, the aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration. I see, so this is what Ceylon tea smells like. Oh, these saucers are chilled. Yes, they help cool the tea more quickly for people who are bad with hot beverages. But don't you know that hot drinks really get you going? They speed you up when you think you're slowing. Let's see, those teacups also have a wonderful design. Oh, thank you very much. They're one of the few pride and joys of our estate, ordered directly from France. They were made by the famed sculptor Pierre Huquet. They are my absolute favorite articles of tableware. You seem to greatly appreciate this man's works. Yes, they're like treasures to me. She appears to be very honest about what she likes. Be honest with me. Do you like murder? Thank you, Miss Hall, but it's time for us to move on to business. As you know, there is a great deal of Huns on the approach, and we need to prepare for war. Are there any details that you can give us about the incident? You're right, I sometimes get so distracted welcoming guests that I forget myself. To tell the truth, I was the one who discovered Monsieur Dover's body. Ugh. So, you were the first one to discover the body? Yes, I just said that. Is it true the body was discovered in one of Mr. Master's desserts? Yes, it was during the judging of the Great Dessert Contest. I heard the sound of something breaking from Monsieur Master's room. Monsieur Master? Are you in here? I'm confused. Did he make like a cake boat? Chocolate boat? What is that? Like a barrel? Yeah. When I looked inside the room, I saw Monsieur Dover's body inside the treasure chest. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have made you recall such painful memories. No, I should be the one apologizing for not being much help. Now then, I believe it's time for us to start investigating the crime scene. Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields, please find some way to save Monsieur Master. I'll do my best. Monsieur Master is not someone who could commit murder. Yes, of course. Just leave it to us. Then I shall entrust it to you. If you'll excuse me, I have to continue serving tea to the other inspectors. Raymond, let's head to the crime scene. We've got some murders to investigate. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. So, oh, well, first of all, hi, Bad! I was so focused on the gigantic, what I can only assume to be a 100% fully edible arrangement of a chocolate, like, ship galleon, that I completely didn't even notice Bad over there. Hi, dude! I didn't think I'd see you again, but we're in the past, so that makes sense. You know, when they said works of art, they did not exaggerate. This whole thing is made of chocolate. Can't believe I'm actually seeing Master Chef's desserts up close. Were this not the scene of a murder, I admit, I too would have delighted in this occasion. Now that you've reminded me it's a murder scene, I'm getting shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Perhaps it's because this room is cold to begin with? I mean, that probably doesn't help. Now that you mention it, this room really is cold. Ah, Never expected the defense attorney to show up so early. Hello. I'm very good at my job. Pleased to meet you. I'm Jeff Master's defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth. This is my assistant, Raymond. How do you do? Detective Tyrell Bad, homicide. Mr. Bad, the detective in charge of the case. A man of few words. What? Why did you do that? He ate the paper! That's not normal! He likes to digest his memos in his stomach as well as in his mind. Gregory, your assistant is very weird. It's just a strange habit of his. Please don't be too concerned. It would probably be too much to ask him not to be concerned at all. More importantly, Detective Bad, will you give us permission to participate in the investigation? Permission denied. Why? Mr. Edgeworth is Master Jeff's defense attorney. Defense attorneys plant false evidence to try and get their not guilty verdict. You know, in my personal experience, I've mostly, I've seen the opposite personally, but alright. I don't want their kind to disturb the crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth would never use false evidence to defend his client. I can't trust that coming from a defense attorney. Do the police still suspect Mr. Master, even after the investigation? If we didn't, we wouldn't have arrested him. I believe that Mr. Master is innocent. That's why I have come to investigate. Believing in his innocence without investigating the crime scene. How naive. That's why I would like your permission to investigate. By investigating the crime scene, I want to ascertain if my thinking was naive or not. So you don't intend to leave until you've investigated the crime scene? Yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it, ain't it? Yes. Fine, then. I'll give you permission to investigate the crime scene. Thank you! Gregory says internally. I did not expect it to be that easy, but I'll be accompanying you. I can't trust you defense attorneys after all. If you understand that, you can begin your investigation. That's a lollipop? Man likes his candies. I'm a little surprised myself. But only a little. All right, let's begin the investigation. Raymond, be sure to take notes on the case. Leave it to me, Mr. Edgeworth. Man, this is surreal. Just begin already. I'm on my way. You don't gotta be a massive butt about it. Oh, wow, Bad himself is actually the partner. All right, cool. What? Do you notice anything, Detective? Your way of investigating is too soft. An investigation is like a popsicle. What? Walk around the crime scene and investigate. Talk with the people involved. You gonna maybe explain to me how that has anything to do with a popsicle? If you do that, little by little, you'll lick it down to its core. I see. That's still a very weird metaphor, and the truth will be written on the end of the popsicle stick. I don't think truths are usually on popsicle sticks. More so, I'm under the impression that you usually find, kind of pun-based jokes. I pray that it doesn't say the truth was lost for all eternity. Oh! I mean, I'm never gonna have another opportunity to do something like this. Hang on, I've got a badge. Would you like to take a gander? Working with defense attorneys isn't worth it. They go through the crime scene as they please and interpret their findings to their favor. Do you also feel that way about me? You didn't confirm or deny it. Well, that just means we've got wiggle room is what we've got. All right, then, fair enough. Ray, you massive weirdo. This is an actual crime scene. I'm so excited. This isn't a game, Raymond. Please be more serious. Yes, sir. I'm taking a memo right now. What exactly are you writing? I'm copying down this dessert recipe over here. Raymond, please be more serious. Yes, sir. What an absolute cadorcus. All right, then. Hello, good sir. What? Can I talk to you and your fancy hat? Excuse me, but you are? A badass, apparently. My apologies. I was meditating. What did you ask, sir, detective? Actually, I'm a defense attorney. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. Honestly, I fully understand why you would have assumed otherwise, though. I'm his assistant, Raymond. Pardon my late introduction. My name is Dane Gustavia. I am one of the pastry chefs participating in this contest. What kind of desserts do you make, Mr. Gustavia? I make Gustav. What is that? My specialty is making desserts out of candy. Aw, what a cute seahorse. It was meant to be a dragon dancing in the sky. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought it was a seahorse too. This is a dragon? I think it would fit better in the ocean than in the sky. Honestly, seahorses look weird enough that I could see them flying. I know all too well that design is my weak point. I plan to study in design and undergo training in Zhengfa once things settle down here. Man, that place comes up a lot. I probably shouldn't touch the subject of design any further. It's irrelevant, and I don't really want to piss anybody off. Mr. Gustavia! Also, I don't think Gustavia is a food. Why did I say that? Whatever. If you aren't related to the investigation, why are you in this room? Sir Detective wanted to know more about the desserts in this room, so he asked me to come. Since he's one of the contestants, he might know something. All right, woo! Know something he just might. Mr. Gustavia, those instruments you use are quite unusual. Yeah, what are those things? They're like air pump batons? Okay, that's a chicken. These instruments are called candy pumps, and they pump air to the can. Oh, wow, that's actually right. They kind of look like swords. They're so cool. Indeed. Ever since I began using them, no day has gone by where I didn't receive a burn or wound. Ow. That's why I wear red clothes, so not a single stain will ever show on me. I mean, that stands to reason. Making desserts is serious business. I'm always training. Does he injure himself because he hasn't trained enough, or is he just a clod? It's kind of hard to tell. Can you tell me about the Great Dessert Contest that was held here? From the looks of this room, it seems the desserts weren't just for eating. The exhibition Sir Master held was a contest in the art of dessert. The art of dessert? Desserts that are true works of art made solely out of edible materials. The works of art in this room are all made from desserts. Now that you mention it, this whole room is filled with the smell of chocolate. Sir Master's exhibits great talent in both flavor and design. If you're not able to surpass Sir Master in flavor and design, you'll not be able to win. Being the world's greatest pastry chef is pretty hard, isn't it? In other words, if I can surpass Sir Master, I shall become the world's greatest pastry chef. That was the prize of this contest. The prize is the title of the world's greatest? In addition to that, there's also monetary value, obviously. There's also Sir Master's treasured Angel's Recipe. If you want to learn more about the contest, just look at this piece of paper. Ooh. These were the rules that were given to the participants of the contest. Fascinating. All right. Now, let's take a look-see-loo. Yeah, what do we got here? All right, prizes. Title, the world's greatest pastry chef, and the Angel's Recipe. Contestants' rooms will be judged starting from the left. Afterwards, all parties will meet in Jeff's room. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Entering another contestant's room before the judging is done is prohibited. Huh, all right. Seems pretty fairly clear. Oh, was there any other pages, anything of the sort? No? All right. Not too complicated. Sorry, but I do not know much about the incident. I only learned about the incident after the judging had finished. How was the contest judging carried out? Let's see. Sir Master started judging at 3 p.m. Starting from my room, the judging proceeded in a clockwise direction. Can we talk about Delicia? There's somebody named Delicia? I used the room to the right of Sir Master's room, which is the room we're in now. Next, the room of a female pastry chef named Delicia was judged, because of course. A female pastry chef. What kind of person is she? She is a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal. Well, that almost sounds a little too obvious. I heard she used lots of cream to make a fantasy-themed dessert. I guess it would make sense if one of the contestants murdered another one of the contestants because they thought they were so good that they had to, I guess, end things to, just to make the competition easier for them. Although, honestly, if they did murder another contestant, you'd think they would have assumed that they would just call off the contest altogether. Oddly, that. And lastly, Sir Dover's room was judged. His works were frozen statues made from sherbet. Ooh, that sounds neat. Hall discovered the body in the middle of Gustavia's judging. She panicked, and because she immediately notified the police, Master continued judging, without knowledge that the body had been discovered. As a result, Master judged Dover's room in Dover's absence. It seems we have plenty of room to suspect Master. I'm lacking in information. It's probably too early to actually object. Yeah, we can't really counter anything. Are you seeing the amount of evidence I've got? I don't have any! Oh, hey, who's the mystery profile? Oh, delicious scones! These names. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you talking to Mr. Gustavia about earlier? I was asking him about the chocolate frame hanging on that wall. I thought something was missing. Missing? I thought if I asked someone who knew a lot about desserts, then I could get an answer. Although, thanks to your arrival, I still haven't gotten my answer yet. I see what looks to be some kind of handprint. Or like a hand swipe, at least. Well then, since you've been waiting for so long, we can ask about it right now. Guess you don't understand sarcasm. Mr. Gustavia, can you assist us with this matter? I train in the art of desserts every day. If you have a question about desserts, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much. Okay, well, this is really the only thing I can think to actually ask, so if you don't mind, these finger marks are? These are unidentified finger marks. We don't know who they belong to. Wouldn't chocolate be pretty decent at holding onto a fingerprint? Since no fingerprints were left behind. Oh, alright. Finger marks without fingerprints? These might be related to the case. More than most likely. I suppose that would mean that they would have to be wearing gloves of some sort. It's a mystery! He was probably wearing gloves. Detective Bad likes dreams and romance. I don't think there are dreams or romance at a murder scene. Or at the very least, I hope to God there isn't. Jeez. Alright, so I guess... Oh, there is something missing from the frame! I didn't even notice! You can make such a beautiful picture out of chocolate. As expected of Master Jeff. Is this really chocolate? Looks like an actual picture to me. Impressive, Sir Attorney. You noticed well. This picture of an angel is not a dessert, but rather the angel's recipe. The angel's recipe? The prize for the contest. This picture isn't made of chocolate? Indeed. Within this chocolate frame lies a recipe book. Oh, it's just a frame that's made of chocolate. Sir Master told everyone when he explained the rules of the contest to us in this room. So the contestants knew the recipe was here. Somebody could have made a grab for it, I suppose. How about it? This frame. Don't you think it's missing something? And this must be what Detective Bad was asking Mr. Gustavia about earlier. This chocolate frame. It does seem to be a part that's missing. That's what's been bothering me as well. Well, what's missing? What do you mean, what's missing? Let me show Raymond the part of the chocolate frame that's missing. All right, sure. Oh, that's a voice. Look closely at this part with the decorations. Can you see that one of them is missing? It's true. It's different from the other decorations. This imperfect balance in the decoration is not like Sir Master. Upon closer examination, it seems this frame is not the only one with missing parts. We need to investigate further. Interesting. All the desserts in this room each have one part missing. Whoa. The candle holder and the sailing tools are all damaged as well. So someone tampered with the crime scene? Ah. Failing that, maybe they deliberately sabotaged the guy's works to make it easier to beat him? I suppose that's possible. Perhaps. Maybe Magister vandalized the room himself to fool us. Mr. Jeff wouldn't do the sort of thing to his desserts. Tampered desserts. I wonder if they're connected to the incident. Achoo! Are you all right, Raymond? This room is way too cold. The fountain patio wasn't very warm either. This room certainly is cold. Do you want to wear my coat? Nope, I'm fine. Because that's something that you promised to give me when I became a defense attorney. Oh, that's right. Why is the temperature turned down so low? Probably to keep the desserts from melting? That'd be my assumption. It's been turned down in order to maintain the chocolate's temperature. Why don't you try opening the panel cover on that wall? Panel cover? Oh, there's a secret panel hidden there. This control panel is installed in all the rooms Sir Master prepared. So as to not detract from the dessert's presentation, the cover was closed to conceal it. What does the panel do? It allows you to change the temperature and the lighting in the room. In order to preserve any type of dessert, it can go down to about minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. That's very chilly. The room would be like a freezer. That sounds absolutely wonderful. I'm not going to lie. I love cold climates. It's set to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. You think that's cold? God, you have an incredibly weak constitution, my dude. Detective Bad, I'm not allowed to change the temperature, am I? Nope, that would destroy everything. Preserving the crime scene is the foundation of being a detective. But I'm not a detective! A defense attorney can't recklessly damage a crime scene either. Indeed, Sir Assistant. Enduring hardship is also a part of training. Yeah, 59 degrees Fahrenheit! Wait. Did they? 64 degrees Fahrenheit is like room temperature. I mean, I know any temperature is room temperature if it's the temperature of the room. Haha, you're very funny. But like, that doesn't seem cold at all. Like that, I don't think that could properly preserve chocolate. I don't know. Is there something wrong with that? Or is my sense of temperature is just really off? The ideal temperature for chocolate, as expected of the dessert chef. It is but a trifle. This is basic knowledge that anyone should know if they're a dessert chef. So, what's the ideal temperature for candy and fresh cream? As long as you watch out for humidity and hot temperatures, candy shouldn't melt. For fresh cream, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature. You need to watch out for the humidity and hot temperatures for candy. I see. Detective Bad. He seemed a bit happy when they were talking about candy. Is candy one of his favorite things? I mean, he has a lollipop. I don't know what else you really want to say. I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Anything else of note and or value to look about this particular locale? I wonder. I guess I could actually take a gander at this itself. A dessert in the shape of a candle holder. Huh. It's titled Light of Life. It seems that one of these important lights isn't lit. Is it symbolic or... No, we know that it was a tampered thing. What about this thing? The captain's log. Oh, it's like an inkwell of a chocolate ship, which is also made out of chocolate. It seems its title is Journal of Regret. Running out of rum while drifting at the Red Sea has really made me red with regret, it reads. Wow, he actually put real legitimate words in his chocolate book? That's pretty dope. I don't know what kind of voyage it was, but it doesn't seem very regretful. Alright, I don't see anything else. I think we're okay for now. Let's see, how about I actually look at the place where the body was found? That seems like pretty important information, eh? So this is where the body was discovered. Yeah. The body has been removed, but otherwise, the crime scene has remained untouched. Alright, well, let's just take a look-see-loo here. It seems that the body was discovered inside the chocolate treasure chest. The person who discovered it was Miss Hall. Not that I want to suspect Miss Hall, but is there a reason why she's not a suspect? Yes, I remember. She heard the sound of something breaking inside this room and came in. Gotcha. Alright, I see. I wonder, I would like a little more information about this. What's this? Something has been dropped inside the treasure chest. Seems to be some kind of seal with a design and initials carved into it. Looks like a signet crest. Was it the victims? I don't know if it was the victims, but we should take it for now. Alright, steal stuff from the crime scene. That's a nice idea. I mean, that was your idea, not mine. Alright, let's see here. Anything else of note? Oh, I didn't mean to click that, but alright. To build such a large ship out of chocolate is magnificent. As expected of Master Jeff. I want to try eating it. Although I have no idea where to start eating it from. Anywhere should be fine, but if you start eating the crime scene, I'll make you leave. Don't glare at me. Can't you tell it was a joke? I'd like Raymond to be just a little bit calmer. All right, let's see here. This looks like I can examine this part specifically. Nope, all right. Nothing looks especially noteworthy. I'm not sure. All right, there's all that business. Anything else? Damn it! Sometimes when I'm trying to drag my cursor, I end up clicking on the thing itself, and it just, that counts as examining. It's very annoying. It seems that the stand supporting the ship has been broken. Alright. The ship tipped over and broke the treasure chest, didn't it? Maybe. Could the victim have been crushed by the ship and killed? If that were the case, this would have been an accidental death. You two aren't serious about that, right? Well, we were only discussing one of the possibilities. I was being pretty serious, though. Detective Bad, I'd like you to tell me about the state of the victim. If you mean a photo of the body, here, look at it. All you like. Oh boy, corpses. It seems the victim was beaten to death with a blunt object. Ah, cool, head trauma. Yeah, classic. Has the murder weapon been found? You should try asking the prosecutor in charge later. Oh, that could bode very poorly. If this was his last case, I'm not gonna know who it is. Seems he doesn't intend to tell me, frankly. So, may I borrow this photograph? Sure. It's not a photo that was taken by the police. Then who took it? Miss Hall took a photo of the body with an instant camera when she discovered it. Why did she do that? Instant camera? Is that like a disposable camera? An instant camera is a camera that can develop its film right after taking a picture. Yeah, such a convenient camera exists. Anyway, let's go over the state of the crime scene a bit. This photo, upon closer examination, contradicts the state of the crime scene. They do? I'll have to deduce the contradiction to resolve the matter. I see. Crime scene notes. Okay. What precisely is wrong here? Let me take a little gander here. That's not really... Oh, I mean crime scene notes, I guess. All right. The victim's body was found in a treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Master's room. This cause of death seems to be a hard blow to the head. Oh, there it is. Okay, to the head by a blunt object. Okay. Interesting. What exactly is the contradiction here? Well, the only thing I can think of... Well, hang on. Let me look at it again. Let me look again. Oh! Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't realize it at the time, but... Okay, yeah. I didn't mean to do that. Thank you. Wait, what? Yeah, thank you. We really don't need to go over that again. I didn't realize that a huge chunk had been ripped out. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that... For some unknown reason, I thought that that was the blood stain, but because it seeped into chocolate, it turned into a weird color. I don't know. That's on me. That's dumb. Anyway, no, we can definitely... Wait, I feel like I didn't click on that nearly well enough. Let me try again. I don't want to get anything wrong. I don't want to examine! Ah! Please stop doing that! Why is that even an option? I don't care about this damn double-clicking invest... Just let me deduce! Let me deduce! Alright, fine. We're just gonna have to hope that's good enough. If I misclicked, I misclicked. Here's your damn crime scene notes. What happened to the blood stain? Are you sure the only thing the police removed from the crime scene was the body? Well, they also took away the piece of cloth the body was wrapped in. In that case, a major contradiction has been created at the crime scene. Contradiction? Detective Bad, please look at the crime scene carefully once more. The blood stain that should have remained at the crime scene has disappeared. How did you not notice that? I mean, okay, I didn't, but I mean, I'm not a detective. I definitely didn't get any reports about the blood stain being cleaned up. It doesn't look like it was cleaned. It looks like it was chiseled out of the sculpture. I'll check with forensics. Mr. Edgeworth, what happened? Comparing the photo and the crime scene, something struck me as being out of place. In the photo, the chocolate underneath the body remained intact inside the treasure chest. However, in the actual crime scene, it's missing, which is all kinds of weird. The chocolate with the bloodstain has completely vanished. Well, I mean, no one's gonna want to eat that, except maybe a sweet-toothed vampire. Did the police remove it, or was it the work of the criminal? That's good information to know, I'll tell you that much. According to forensics, no one has cleaned up any bloodstains. I see. Well, that would mean someone erased the bloodstain. Who knows? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really checked out on this entire investigation. Okay. Nothing else really stands out, and I know that there are at least, I'm not sure how many logic pieces I have. Oh, actually I have a fair amount. Okay, well I know of at least one thing. Breaking sound has to be the sound of the stand breaking. That would make the most sense out of anything. So I say, give me some of that. Due to the broken stand, the ship lost its balance. It would seem Miss Hall entered the room upon hearing the ship collapse. Yeah. When Miss Hall entered the room, the ship had already fallen over. At any rate, I wonder why the stand broke. That's a question. Maybe there was something wrong with the ship's balance in the first place. Is that really true? Let's see, beaten to death. Well, none of these things imply a murder weapon, so no. Also, the stand being broke. Maybe with the tampered desserts. I'm gonna go ahead on a limb here and say that these two are connected. The stand broke because the desserts have been tampered with. I'm gonna take a chance on this one. Yes! All right! Each of Mr. Master's works had a piece that was missing. Add to that the fact that the ship's chocolate stand was broken, and I think we can surmise that someone ransacked this room. And the one who did it could be the true culprit. That I don't know. But I think it's safe to say that the ship's stand got broken when the room was ransacked. And when the ship fell over, it broke the treasure chest lid. I expect that the lid of the treasure chest was originally closed. I suppose it's feasible, that one. I mean, I guess it depends on how solid the chocolate is. I've said in the past that you could theoretically kill anybody with anything if you tried hard enough. But I don't know, like, I guess if it was a really big piece of chocolate, you could bludgeon someone. Oh, actually, hang on, speak of bludgeoning. Is there something up with this here globe? It appears to be a display of sailing equipment. There's also the possibility that one of these is the murder weapon. No, it looks like these pieces were all made out of chocolate. You can't beat someone to death with these. Oh, ye of little faith, Gregory. Misleading. At any rate, I mean, I really wouldn't dismiss it. At any rate, they all have such good workmanship that they look like the real thing. Really speaks about the level of skill Mr. Master has in his craft. Oh, that's unfortunate. It kind of looked like, you see that itty little tiny little bit of like orange? I thought that might have been a blood stain or something that I could have looked at. Oh, well, let's see. Mr. Bad. Okay, I'd like to talk to this. No, not you. What about over here? Was there nothing suspicious in the cupboard? No, sir. So, there was something? Oh, no, only things like cooking burners and tableware were placed there. I see. Defense attorney, was there nothing that you noticed? No. So, you did notice something? Oh, no, I didn't notice anything. Everyone's always giving replies that are difficult to understand. What? That doesn't make any sense. You asked, was there anything in the cupboard? And they said, no. So you did. No. Defense attorney, did you notice anything? No. So you did. No, I didn't. It's like, what's hard to understand about that? I think it's your way of asking that's bad. Yeah, okay, thank you. That was confusing. What the hell is that about? What are you investigating? Sir, I'm checking the temperature of the stream. What have you learned? Sir, the stream has warm water. The stream is connected to the fountain in the patio and runs through every room. It's an unusual construction for a room. The minds of the rich, I'll never understand. Okay, well, it doesn't seem important enough to make note of. Is there anything else going on in here? How about over here? What's this thing, like a banana? Elegant tableware and cookware are placed on the counter. Looks like the same tea set Miss Hall was using earlier. What the hell is this? Was Master Jeff drinking this black tea? On this tea set, only Jeff Master's fingerprints were found. Were his fingerprints found on any of the other cookware? The cookware was washed. Nobody's fingerprints remained. Or he might have been cooking with gloves on. I mean, that would make sense. It seems the only thing here with his fingerprints is the tea set. Interesting. Interesting. Also, apparently, the investigation is over. Okay. Seems our investigation of this room is just about over. Well, alright then, if you say so. This should make it clear. Jeff Masters is the culprit. How? What? Why? Yeah, like, how does any of what we've discovered absolutely definitively say he did it? All the rooms in this mansion were locked from the inside. And the only way to open them... It's so hard to read this guy's dialogue. From the outside was to use this key to the mansion. Do you know who had the key? Master was the only one with the key. There were no spare keys. You say that, but I'm sure there's some sort of explanation. By using the mansion key, Master could enter all the contestants' rooms. Of course, the key could also lock his room from the outside. However, Mr. Master's room is currently unlocked. Yeah, that's why I suspect Master is the culprit. I'd like to hear your reasoning in more detail. Time to find out. All right, why do you suspect the guy? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. If the body had been found in a locked room, Master would have been the prime suspect. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked. And to ensure that the body would be seen, Master broke the lid on the treasure chest. Are you implying he ransacked his own room to break the stand, to make the ship fall down and break open the chest? I mean, if he wanted to ensure that the body was seen, I'm sure there was a lot of other ways you could have just tossed the body in a room and people would have discovered it all the same. I don't know if you would have to have gone through the trouble of placing him in a chocolate treasure chest and then breaking the chocolate ship to smash it open. That seems entirely unnecessary. After the judging, everyone was scheduled to meet in Master's room. That would have created the impression that the murder had occurred while he was away. I see. Alright, so I have some doubts. Contrary to his expectations, the body was discovered by Miss Hall. That's my reasoning for suspecting Master. Got that, Ace Attorney? Ah, he said the thing. So you also think it was Mr. Master himself who vandalized this room? Yeah. You defense attorneys always believe that justice lies in trusting your clients. But I'm a detective! If I believe every poor sap story, I'd let the suspicious ones get away. I understand your reasoning thoroughly. However, I'm going to have to say, nyeh. I'd like you to hear my thoughts on the subject now. Fine. Detective Bad believes that he is right, but I won't give up so easily. Alright, I cannot accept his reasoning. I'll have to show him evidence that contradicts it. Okay, so something else I just happen to be remembering. Like, hang on a second here. Hold up. Let me take a look-see-loo at the crime scene notes again. The victim's body was found in a treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Master's room. The cause of death seems to be a hard-blooded one. Some circumstances are unclear regarding a part of the treasure chest and a blood stain. Usually the dessert semester rooms had one part missing before the ship's fall to the treasure chest lid. Since the crime scene, body was recovered by the police. Let's see. Alright. Okay, I think I know what it is I need to do. Let's give it a go. So Master's made sure to leave the door to his room unlocked and to ensure that the body would be seen. Master broke the lid on the treasure chest. Alright, well, no matter how you look at it, I just see that as objectively untrue. That was a hell of an objection. Originally, the victim's body was hidden inside the chocolate treasure chest. Miss Hall entered the room when she heard a sound. I think it's likely that this was the sound of the chocolate ship falling over. Yeah, and that's what you would think, just by looking at the crime scene. You said that Mr. Master broke the treasure chest lid himself. But this photo shows that the ship's fall caused the lid to break. So, if the lid broke just before Miss Hall found the body, then Mr. Master, who was in the middle of judging, could not have broken it. I never said that Master broke the lid directly. The ship was set up to fall during the judging. I believe he tampered with the stand. Do you have proof he tampered with it? No, but I'm saying he did. No, but the investigation isn't completely over yet. Seems they still haven't found anything conclusive. Have you found any other fingerprints other than Mr. Master's in this room? Yeah. There were some left on the door. But The victim Dover and Master were also among the fingerprints left behind. Before we made our desserts, we all gathered here to have the judging explained to us. Perhaps that was when we left those fingerprints. But you didn't find any fingerprints on the works in this room? What? Someone tampered with the chocolate in this room. So perhaps there are other fingerprints on it apart from Mr. Masters? Huh. No matter what we find, it won't clear. Are you saying you didn't even bother to get those checked? What? Labby, hurry up and dust the chocolate for fingerprint. Okay. Wow, dude. All right. Detective Bad, we found another person's fingerprints on all the chocolates in the room. But whose fingerprints? They belong to a pastry chef by the name of Delicia. Good work. Return to the investigation. Yes, sir. It would seem that there are other suspicious people besides Mr. Master after all. I don't need a defense attorney to tell me that. I'm not stopping my investigation. We will just go and listen to what this Delicia has to say. Delicia. Gustavia told us about her not long ago. Is she really a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal? I mean, tampering with desserts seems like that's the type of thing that someone with that description would do. Mr. Edgeworth, this Delicia lady sounds mighty suspicious to me. It seems that it'll be necessary for us to speak with her directly as well. Detective Bad, would you allow us to accompany you? I'm not obligated to do that. Yeah, but I'm also kind of hoping that you're not an ass. What? But you were the one who discovered the truth of the crime scene. Fine, have it your way. We'll go to Burger King. Follow me. Detective Bad. Thank you. I bow to you. Detective Bad, sir. Are you sure about that? Right now, that prosecutor is in that room. Uh-oh. Doesn't matter. Him and I don't see eye to eye. I'm not looking forward to that. Him? Who's the prosecutor in charge of this case anyway? Manfred von Karma. Yeah, I mean, I know. But, what? Von Karma's in charge? That guy hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma, the living legend of the prosecutor's office. If the rumors of his courtroom performance are to be believed, he's a man who would do anything for a guilty verdict. No matter what kind of prosecutor he is, I can only hold true to the path I believe in. Oh, I don't want to talk to that guy again. Oh, this is gonna suck.